So, all right, Bishop. This game week 13, the review. We are going to look at this game in particular. That's Liverpool versus Manchester City. The game ended 2-0 in favor of Liverpool. Liverpool is on top right now. They're on fire at the moment. And what's your take on this game, Bishop?
So thank you. So before the game, I was thinking it's going to be something that is like Man City is going to step up
Mm,
to the task. Although they've been having a very poor run of form, but I don't expect them to just make it so easy
easy.
from Liverpool. See, the score line might be narrow, but that match was so easy. It was too easy. It was
Mm-mm.
too easy for Liverpool. And when the stats came out that the only goal that they've scored in this season was just Alan scoring. Then
Yeah.
it boils down to what has Foden been doing. Everybody's saying Rodri is missing. So what of Foden that was being compared to the likes of Saka and Palmer?
Wait, are
What
you
has he
saying
been doing?
it's only Alan's goals? But
Yes. Yeah, the stats came out during the match. I was shocked. When I
only
heard it, I
one
was shocked.
person.
I was like, how can one person be scoring the goal? I don't understand. What's that? Like that's how bad it has gotten to for them. So for his
Terrible.
defense, I think everybody, as much as everybody wants to give Walker the stick, I don't think Walker is to blame for much of what happened on Sunday. Majorly, the high press of Liverpool under Jordan Klopp has come
Hi.
back. In fact, it's more effective now. They press you so well that you are jittering on the ball and you have no time to even
To
think on
think.
what to do, and
Hmm.
then you just lose the ball to them. And also their firing power is top notch right now. They can decide to switch between Diaz, Jota, Salah, to switch it to Gakpo, and Nunes and everything. See, they can switch it the way they like, and they will still
Kai.
have speed. They will have agility. They will have finishing, and they will have the best clinical finisher in EPL for now, which is Mohamed Salah. So
Hmm.
for me, the league is theirs to lose. They are top right now and they are flying
Yeah.
high. They've lost only one match, which is at home to Nottingham Forest. I'm very sure if they replay that match today, but Nottingham Forest will not get to that point. But that being said, let's look at the next run of features for them. But I believe that for now, Liverpool has the league wrap up.
Hmm. Hmm. All right. Jeffers is joining us, is on the backstage. Let me bring him on. Jeffers, you are welcome to the show. The game was so easy for Man City. I can't just believe it.
I think
People are already saying it seems this Pep now only when he has a good players, that's when he can showcase. I don't know whether you want to join the argument that
you
Pep
know
has nothing.
one thing about the Premier League is this. Premier League fans are good time fans. When
Good time.
everything is going good and all fine, they are your best friend. But the moment you start to go on a bad run, every good deed you've done goes out of the window. I saw that starting 11 yesterday. I was like,
Hmm.
okay. As usual, I already had my own concerns. Defensive midfield and the
Yeah.
simple fact that that defense line cannot keep on doing without conceding goals. And I'd also mentioned the fact that Ellen Haaland is a passenger. As long as the ball is not on the pitch with him, it's
Hmm.
happened several times. But when I saw that stat that said that in the whole starting 11,
11.
only Haaland has scored for City in the Premier League this season.
Ah,
The next question that came in my mind was, and we know this guy is not going to score today. So where is the goal coming from?
child.
And no surprises, from the start of the whistle to the end, City had no answer
Nothing.
to anything that Liverpool was bringing in. Well, to answer the question whether Pep is it time to say goodbye?
Yes, I
Well,
want to
I've
ask
been
you
saying
that
it
question.
basically.
I
I've
want
been
to ask
saying
you.
it all this while. I said the one thing that Pep has had in his favor is the fact that he's always had a system whereby he's had either a management that is ready to spend or he's had good players to work with. The one thing Pep hasn't done till date is to build a team from scratch.
Scratch. Yes.
This is where we will know if he actually can take the moniker of best coach in the world. Because why I keep on mentioning this fact is this: we see a Carlo Ancelotti. Ancelotti has shown how diverse he can get to by going to manage a team like Everton in the Premier League,
Hmm.
and he still was able to let them stay among the top 10. That's why I thought that they had nothing to offer. He could do it. He was able to attract big players to his team because of the fact that it was his name that they were actually coming for, not exactly because of the club. Because let's be realistic, no big player wants to go to Everton at the moment. Right
Yes.
now, Everton is in all shades of crisis. But he was able to convince these guys to come in. And even Madrid, who actually sent him out in the first place, realized that okay, they made a mistake. They need to bring the gaffer back. And when they came, he told Everton straight up, I came here for a job, I've done it. I'm going back to where I
I'm
need to
going
go
back
to,
to
and he
where.
went back there.
Hmm.
Now the thing is this: where does Pep start from?
Ah. Oh,
First of all,
serious.
first of all, I think it was mentioned last season, but he didn't heed to that warning. Ederson is past his prime. No offense. And in fact, it showed yesterday. He was benched. If Ederson had started that game yesterday, we would have been talking about 4-5 at the moment.
Hmm.
Because Ederson has been very, very poor. A goalkeeper, first of all, you have your job is to protect the goal. Your job also involves you directing those people who are right in front of you. Ederson is not doing it at the moment because what we are seeing in most cases whereby City concede is a lack of communication. We saw with
Yeah.
Guardiola in the Champions League. There is no communication in that place. You are the one who is to coordinate that defense line. If you do not do it, there is a problem. Now you come down to defensive midfield. I think this defensive midfield, this defense. Let's talk about defense first of all. This defense has always been Pep's Achilles heel.
Hmm.
In every club side Pep has managed, he has spent the highest amount of spendings on defenders, and yet we still keep on having the same problem. There's always an issue of conceding goals. I don't know where he's going to start because the truth is, I look at that City defense and I'll be honest with you. These are some of the best defenders you can actually get in the world. So what exactly is going on? I don't get it. I don't understand. Coming
So,
down to
so
defensive
Jeffers,
midfield, yeah,
I was about to say something about that defense line you just said. I like
yeah,
in that defense, if you put
yeah.
that defense into any team, they start. Almost all of them will start.
They will start. That's what I'm saying.
Absolutely.
They will start. I'm mentioning. Okay, let's look out the persons in particular. Are we talking about Vadio? Are we talking
They will
about
start.
Nathan Ake? Are
They
we
will
talking
start.
about John Stones?
The,
Are we
no
talking about
Diaz, Diaz and
Diaz.
Onyeka?
Tunji.
Are we talking
Ake.
about Diaz? They will start in any team. But the question I'm asking is, what exactly is going wrong that these guys all of a sudden cannot seem to like tell themselves, you know what? If we are going to give our all on this pitch, at least not to concede one goal, let's do it. Because it seems to look like every time City concede a goal this season, it's as if you've deflated a balloon somewhere. They just give up. They give up completely in that defense line. That's because you saw the game against Tottenham. The moment that first goal went in, it was as if Tottenham just unleashed a barrage. They just put on a tap. They were just going in consecutively, and it was as if no one was stopping them.
Yeah.
Although I've always said it basically, a defense line is always good. However, the man who stands as a shield in front of them plays a major role.
Yeah.
We have always overlooked and underestimated the ability that Rodri brings into Man City. It's showing now.
It's showing.
It is
Oh.
seriously showing because it's as if there's no shield in the midfield. There's nothing else to do. And
No
unfortunately
structure.
for City, I think we were saying this in the last time when they had Fernandinho and Fernando. We saw basically these are two players that were playing in the same position. Now, in case whereby one doesn't start, you start the second one. If you're playing against an opponent that has a very potent attack, you use the two of them. It's a double pivot. Now, Fernandinho retired. Then Fernando left.
Hmm.
You had a defender who could actually play as a DM as well too in Mendy. But with the whole issue, he let him go. There was no replacement. There is always one thing at the back of your mind that you should understand as a manager. It's not every match day that plans go according to plans. That is why there's always a plan A and a plan B and if
B.
possible a plan C. One thing I've noticed with Pep, in every time I've actually watched Pep, both at Barcelona and at
Mm,
Bayern Munich, Pep has a plan A,
mm.
but the problem is it's very hard to see a plan B.
Yeah.
Pep goes with route one. If route one doesn't work, then there's a problem. Now, he has a defensive midfield shoe that he has to find a way to cover. As it is right now, he has to get one person by January. Because Kovacic, no matter how much we might praise Kovacic for his ability, Kovacic is not in the same mold of a Yaya Toure. He's not in
Mm.
the mold of a Thomas Partey. He's not in the mold of those men who, or Moses Caicedo, for example, those men who will sit at the back and they will tell you basically, I dare you,
I
you're
bet
not
this.
crossing this point. Now, he's not even in the mode of a Rodri who is basically meant to replace. So the
Bentu.
question now is,
Yeah.
they have to go and get a DM by January. If not, what
They,
has
they,
happened so far will repeat itself.
yeah, then go they chop him, they
It will
go.
repeat itself. It's going to continue. Then you
Oh,
come down to the other side of attack. First of all, I've always said this thing. For me, Phil Foden
Mm.
has just been lucky enough to be in a team that is in form. Because I've actually watched Foden play for the national team, and everything I needed to see, I have seen it. So to be honest with you, I'm not surprised with what I'm seeing right now. Foden was basically a one season wonder last season. Right now, he is struggling seriously. And the problem with the issue right now with Foden is this: you can't even afford to put him on the bench because there's nobody to even start.
That is
Is
it.
it Doku?
so
Doku always right on time. He's always going to give you the pressing and everything you need, but finishing is suspect.
okay,
Bishop,
Jepa,
Fabinho,
hold on.
Bishop, you
Let,
want to say
let,
something?
see,
Bishop wants
let's
to say
start from
something.
the middle. Let's that defensive midfield. Yes,
Oh
they
yeah,
miss
yeah,
Rodri. But
yes,
again, we all know that he has already deployed John Stones to try to play four. And John Stone have done a decent job. But yesterday, John Stone was missing. Kovacic was
yeah,
missing. So you have to go
yeah.
with Godogan, which I believe is one of the worst for you
Gundogan is
in the
finished.
world.
Let's be realistic ourselves.
So so
Me seeing
the
Gundogan back at Man City was just basically come and collect a pension. I'll be
Pension.
honest with
yes,
you.
but so
Yes, because
let's cut him some
we see.
slack.
Okay, fine. All right, let's move on.
So
Let's go to
he
the
is
attack now.
missing. No, no, hold on. I will go to that. He's missing
Okay.
is holding defensive
Yes.
midfielder, which
Yes.
really
Yeah.
affected him. And he played
Yeah.
against the guy in Liverpool, Gravenberch. Is one of the
Gravenberch is a
not the
beast.
best player in the world, but right now, in terms of form and ratings, is one of
He's
the
the best
best.
one currently.
If
One of
not
the
the
best
best, he's
currently.
one of the best. If not the best, one of the best. Now, that alone won Liverpool the midfield. Now, if you go to the
Exactly.
attack, this is why I have a problem. The attack
Hmm.
was my problem. Let's remove Haaland. On the left
There's
hand side, he
nobody there.
played Nunes. He played Nunes, at the right hand, he played Lewis. And I go to his bench. Watch this. I go to his bench. He has Savio. He has Doku. He has
Yeah.
Grealish. He has
Grealish.
De Bruyne.
De Bruyne.
For me, those four, two should be starting. Two should be starting in those four. Why are you playing Nunes that have never clicked for you? And you are playing a young man, Lewis, that has always played defense in all his,
Lewis
for,
has
for
always
you
been
in
a
the Man City.
defender. Why are you playing him as a winger now? Why
Why
are
are
you
you
moving him
playing him as
forward?
a winger? You see,
Why are you
this
moving him forward?
overthinking of things, he overthinks some
It's
things. And now
it is
it has
always
happened.
Pep. It is always Pep.
It's
Pep
always fair.
overthinks
Yeah.
and now is affecting
Overthink.
him.
Now it has affected me. Because I thought, in fact, when I saw the lineup, I was like, oh, maybe those guys had injury. Also, I started seeing Doku coming in, Savio
Mm.
coming in, De Bruyne coming in, Grealish
Okay.
coming in. No, now it's
I
as
think
bad as that.
le- I think I
Mm.
want to say something now. Me seeing those guys on the bench is telling me something that, in all honesty, is unheard of with Pep. It's Pep telling me that he doesn't actually trust these guys to start.
Or
and
their
that's a
crisis, or
problem.
their crisis inside the
It's a
dressing room.
crisis already because you might excuse De Bruyne. He's just recovering from injury. Although for me personally, I think De Bruyne is basically at his prime. He is at his prime. Let's be honest with ourselves. We might see one or two moments of inspiration, but De Bruyne is at his prime. How I got to know that, I watched the Euros. We saw De Bruyne with Belgium in the Euros. It was very obvious to anyone to see that De Bruyne was actually struggling.
Yeah.
Very, very clear to see. Now, to make matters worse, he then picked up an injury before the season started. There were signs that were coming already. The fact that they were not able to replace tells something. It seems obviously there is a problem which has eventually led to
Mm,
Tigzy leaving, because it looks as if all of a sudden City don't want to spend the cash. They now want to
yeah.
start working on developing from the academy.
Mm,
But the thing is this, I think I will be one person who will tell you directly. You need to have a mix of both experience and academy development. Because it is, if you go all round with academy development, experience will lack. If you go all around with experience, how do you develop the young ones to actually say, you know what, maybe you might actually have a chance if you keep on improving yourself? So right now, I think there's a crisis in City. Even though Pep has signed an extension,
yeah.
I have this
What about
sneaky
that?
feeling that there is every possibility, if things don't change by January, it's not a case of City terminating his contract. It's a case of Pep doing a club all over again.
Yeah.
By coming out to say, you know what,
Now, you know
end of
what?
the season,
I
I'm
want to
stepping
go.
down.
Mm. But,
It now becomes a farewell
but
tour.
Bishop, where do you think the results will be coming from? I mean, for Man City to change. Do you see any match?
Yes, yes. So
Yeah.
their next match is Nottingham Forest on
Yeah,
Wednesday.
on Wednesday.
I
Yeah.
expect them to get a win. I expect Alan to start scoring. I expect to see a lineup that will be stable and consistent for the next four matches. So I'm expecting the attack to change. Nunes is going to go back to the bench. Lewis is going to maybe play back at his right hand defensive side. Then you bring in Savio and a Doku or a Grealish, anyone. So Man City plays Nottingham Forest. After they go to Crystal Palace, which is also a
I,
not a tough place. It's somewhere they can get a
they
win.
can get
So I'm expecting them to get a win again. Then they go to the Champions League and play Juventus. Then they come and play Man United. No matter how I'm going to treat this, they are still the favorite because number one, the match is at Etihad. Then number two, they must have played 2 to 3 matches to get themselves consistent with winning. So they are still the favorite, but we're going to preview that when it gets to the time. Then they play Villa, which is a very strong match for them. They lost to Villa last season,
last
so they
season.
are playing Villa
Right
in
now,
Villa Park.
this Villa is up for the taking. Villa has
Yeah.
not won in
Yes,
their last
Yeah, yeah.
8 matches.
They
but
decrease.
wait, Jeffers. But you know what?
Yeah,
This is after
yeah.
like 4 matches. So Villa too might have come back after 4 matches. Not that they are playing that
Those,
same next.
those guys don't look like
So
they're
it's
coming
four
back after four
matches.
matches. Watkins is
So
not
it's four
scoring. That's the
matches.
problem.
But it's
Watkins
four
is not
matches. So
scoring.
let's see. Okay, but Man
Okay,
City too is not scoring. Man City too is not scoring. So the problem
we
now
know
is
where
in
the
four
problem is.
matches. When we both in B in 4 matches,
In four
then they go
matches.
to Everton. So they go to Everton, they
Everton,
play Everton,
Everton is easy, obviously.
yes.
Yes,
Then they play
I
Leicester.
think
They play Leicester City.
they
So
play
I think
Leicester.
the
Okay,
features the
they
features
might pick up.
actually favor them.
The
Yeah, they
next
might
two
so
to four
in this
fixtures, it picks up. Yes,
yeah,
yeah.
so in 5 features, which is a total of 15 points, I think they should be able to
15
get
points.
at
Yeah,
least 12 points or 10,
there should
10
be
or
a bit of
12 points. They
balance.
should be able to
Yeah,
get 10 or 12. So they
yeah.
brought balance to it. So they just need to put in a string of consistent results, just like you see other teams doing. So when Man U won yesterday, the coach was quick to play it down. Like, please, this is not where we want to be, but we just want to string at least
It is
four
not
to
to.
five consistent
Mm.
results. So it's all about consistent
Yeah.
results right now from them. They need to get scoring. They need to keep the other team from scoring them. Then they can see where they take it from there.
All right, guys. Thank you so
I think
much
for that
for.
on that aspect, I would say we don't need to get them to actually prevent them from conceding, because they will concede. I think it's a case
Mm,
of being able to outscore their opponents
mm.
for Man
All
City.
right.
For
All right.
Liverpool, quick one. I think, can we quickly talk? Can I just quickly put a point on Liverpool there?
All
For
right, go ahead.
Liverpool, I'll be honest with you. With the way they are going right now, it's going to get messy because
How?
it seems something is going on between Liverpool and Mo Salah, and no one is actually looking at it. It's becoming an issue. The last time Salah said after the game against Southampton, he said, "It looks as if I'm more out than in." Yesterday, during the post-game interview, Salah said, "This may very well be my last Man City game."
He said it.
He said it. This may very well be my last Man City game. And in fact, the reports we
Wow.
were getting from the tabloids this morning is that PSG has already started talks with Salah.
Wow.
Yes. And let's be realistic here. No matter how much Liverpool might say they're actually a big side, when it comes to financial muscle, I don't think they can actually go head to head with PSG. Whatever Liverpool wants to give Salah, PSG will give him double
Double.
if he wants to play for them. Yes. Because right now, PSG has realized the fact that that idea of clearing off all your stars, it doesn't exactly work. They are seeing it. It's in the Champions League. They are facing the heat seriously there. So I think they might want to like bring in one man to at least crown all the effort every other person is making, and that might just be Salah. So
That's
personally,
it. Hmm.
they need to solve that matter. If not, okay.
All right, guys. Thank you so much on that. Please smash the like.